Indian corn in Egypt. The Native Americans, Olmecs, was franchising with the Hebrews and the Egyptians to bring the corn to Egypt, Babylon, and Greece. What about ancient Egyptian maize? These glyphs you can find on what they call papyrus written in Egypt. Papyrus is where you get the word paper from. But nevertheless, corn, if you don't know, is something that they call a biblical or esoteric plant. They call it the plant of paradise because, like the potato to the Irish, it saved a lot of nations. The corn fed the armies, and they would trade the corn with the Olmecs in exchange for the copper and the gold, because the copper, the gold, and the bronze that the Americans would get from the Egyptians could fuel an army. You know, if you have the copper and the gold, you can make swords, you can make spears, arrowheads, etc. Corn has what you call biblical symbolism to it. You know, you read your Bible and say that Joseph and Jacob, Moses were learned in all the ways of the Egyptians. It says that God made Joseph the Lord of Egypt. Why is the Hebrew the Lord of Egypt? Because these people have relativity amongst each other. But according to the book of Genesis 41, the land of Palestine and eastern Mediterranean was the scene of great abundance until a drought struck the region until the second millennium BC. Hebrews were nomadic and pastoral people. The Jewish chieftain was a man named Jacob. Remember, the letters J and C are relatively new in language, so they would be replaced with Y and Q, which would make it Jacob or Jacob. According to the biblical story, Jacob knew that there was an abundance of corn growing along the Nile River. Why is there corn in the Nile River? A loyal Jew named Joseph or Yosef had already risen through the ranks of the Pharaoh's agricultural administration and became Grand Vizier of the granaries because of his premier status in Egypt. Joseph had the authority to dole out corn to everyone in need. So these Hebrews were Grand Viziers in Egypt. They had title, rank, status, nobility, like lords, judges, gods. Now think about this. How did the maize, i.e. corn, get to the ancient world? How did the Greeks, Macedonians, Phoenicians get the corn? How did the Romans get the corn? The word corn or grain in Hebrew, it means just that. It means corn. Do the research. Look it up. It says the text of Ramses II differentiated between corn and barley. Egyptian hieroglyphs distinguished between corn, flour, wheat flour, and barley. So this is not to be confused with grains and wheat and barley. No, on the papyrus in Egypt, you can see the corn that they got from the Mayan, Aztecs, Olmecs.